Hi, folks. Welcome to our time together. Getting into an easy seated position. We're going to predominantly be seated in some form or fashion, taking a nice, slow, easy, and relaxing stretch for our yoga practice today. So, getting into that easy seated position, legs might be crossed, feet might be a little bit separated. We'll go into a bunch of different seated positions that will allow you to open up your hips more and also get a stretch in the legs. So find what works best and easiest for you for this initial stage. And noticing your spine, ensuring that your posture is in alignment, engaging the core if needed, and opening the heart. And maybe you lift your shoulders back and down. Palms can face up or down on your thighs. And you can soften your gaze or you can close your eyes. Beginning to come into the present moment, beginning to come into our time together, beginning to let go of all the things outside of ourselves. They'll be there for us to pick back up, but leave them outside of this time together for this one moment together. Beginning to connect to your breath, beginning to come into that present moment, beginning to come into that still small stillness within. And noticing how each inhale and each exhale brings new life in and releases anything that no longer serves you. Every moment is a fresh, clean start, fresh, clean beginning within each second by taking care of this present moment. Inhale, bringing in that fresh, clean oxygen, allowing it to travel throughout the body. On an exhale, releasing once more, releasing anything around the eyes, releasing tension around the forehead, releasing tension around the jaw. When thoughts come into your mind, as they often do, recognize them as just passing clouds. The clouds come in and the clouds go out. Redirecting your mind to your breath, breathing in fresh, clean oxygen, new perspective, new fresh start. And exhale, releasing anything that no longer serves you, letting go of tension, gripping, worry, doubt. Inhale, fresh, clean clarity. And exhale. Now taking a moment to notice the ground beneath you. Imagining there's an anchor that comes out of your tailbone and keeps you still, grounded, and planted to the earth. Imagine that there's a string in the middle of the crown of your head that just continues to pull you up. So you have that anchor keeping you secure on the earth, but you do have that understanding that we must grow upwards towards the sun. Breathing in and exhale. We'll breathe in together to the count of 4 and exhale together. Long exhale to the count of 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause and hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause and hold, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Returning to your normal breath pattern, whatever that is for you today, or if you would like, continuing to have those long inhales and long exhales. Now bringing your hands to heart center. If you would like to set an intention for your practice today, intention could be a thought, a word, a phrase, anything at all. Inhaling, taking in fresh, clean oxygen, sealing that intention inside yourself, bringing it in. And on the exhale, allowing the crown of your head to come forward and sealing it. Inhale, return back to center. Allow the hands to return to your sides. And slowly entering back into the room. Welcome back. All right. If your legs are crossed, go ahead and switch up that crossing your legs. All right. Taking an inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Allow the gaze to follow. Exhale, chin coming into chest, hands coming to the mat. Inhale, arms overhead, gaze follows. Exhale, hands coming down. All right, returning to stillness. So for starters, not sure where you all are in your seated position, but let's go ahead and join each other together. Bring in the soles of the feet to meet one another. Your legs can be further out, they can be closer together, just opening up the hips. We're going to slowly open up our legs a little bit and then try some new seated positions. All right, so grounded, rooted, and secure. Both hips are firmly on the ground. The knees, if they are up further like this, just for support, having a blanket or a block nearby, placing them under. If you don't want to do that, then allow them to go further out until the knees are closer to the ground. So you don't want to be up like this. We're trying to open up those hips. So oftentimes putting them out further, and then as your hips learn a new flexibility, you can bring them in. But until then, just because the knees and the hips are joint areas, safety and support. Also good. All right. So get into that safe and secure position. And if you'd like, slowly folding forward, just initial opening of those hips, nothing forced. So if it feels uncomfortable, go ahead and sit up.
And connecting to your breath. We'll be holding postures a little bit longer than normal today. All right, let's go ahead and sit up.
All right, taking the hands and interlacing them. So for starters, let's take the left hand, bring the left hand about directly in front of you, maybe a little to the right. Take the right hand and let's go over top. So allow it to go over top. And then allow them to close the gap. So the hands coming closer together as if you're holding your own hand or giving yourself a opposite weird high five, twisting it together. And on an inhale, sitting up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, folding forward. You don't have to go all the way down. So if you're having trouble getting all the way to the earth, that's fine. You can stop halfway, do what feels comfortable for your body. And coming back up. And allow yourself to come forward on an exhale. And coming back up. So after you've done this 3 times, let's release those arms. Allow them to return back to the sides. All right. So this time, let's take that right hand, allow it to come across. So it's a little bit to the left side. Taking the left hand, bringing it over top of the right, and then allow it to twist around. So you're giving yourself a high five. You might notice one side's a little bit easier than the other. So if you're the right hand dominant, it's probably easier. one way versus the other. If you're left-hand dominant, it's probably the opposite of right-handed folks. So on the inhale, breathing it in. Exhale, releasing, folding forward. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, releasing, coming back forward. Inhale, coming back up. One more. Exhale, release, come forward. Inhale, coming back up. Great. And releasing that. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and bring our feet back in closer to the body. And we're going to walk them back, actually. So allowing those toes, and actually, let me turn this way. Allowing those toes to be perched up on the mat, the knees coming in towards the body. And we're going to come all the way down. So allowing those knees to come to the earth, but the toes remain where they are. A toe squat. Staying here for a moment. If you're starting to feel discomfort, kind of part of that, part of the pose is that working through the struggle. So discomfort is not bad. If this is painful, go ahead and stop. And you can come forward and you can release those toes. All right, we're going to do that again, but let's just go ahead and do some wrists. So giving some wrists, taking the hands, right hand's going to come about to 6 o'clock clockwise. Left hand's going to come 6 o'clock counterclockwise. Allowing them to come as if the fingers are facing you, rocking side to side, going forwards and back. All right, maybe you go clockwise and counterclockwise. What you do on one side, make sure that you do to the other. And once you feel good there, returning back to center, bringing them back in, taking the palms of their hands, flipping them over and allowing them to come as if, again, the fingers are pointing towards you or towards the back of your wall. Taking it to the left and right. These are also very discomforting for some folks. So if this hurts, just acknowledging that and perhaps stopping if it's creating any kind of safety concerns. All right. And returning back to center. All right, great. Inhale, rolling the shoulders back and down. Really opening up that heart and reversing it. All right, coming back into stillness. Let's take the head and allow it to go towards the right shoulder. Opening up that side of the neck. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, taking it to the left. Opening up the side of the neck. Returning to center. Go ahead and allow the head to drop back. And return to center. Allow the chin to come into chest. If you'd like, let's go ahead and allow ourselves to fold a little bit in. And let's return to center. All right. Taking the palms of the hand, lifting up, tucking those toes back into our toe squat. Taking a breath in here. And exhale. All right. Coming back onto the earth. Left foot is going to go out to the left side of your mat. The sole of the right foot is coming in towards the left thigh. Foot is flexed, leg is active. Left hand can come to the shin, to the ankle, maybe all the way to the toes. Find out what works best for you. If you want to deepen it, you can have that opposite hand reaching over and across and fold into it. Connecting to your breath here. And inhale, returning to center. Take the right leg, allow it to go all the way out to the right side of your mat. Again, make sure that your hips are in alignment and they are secure. The left sole of the foot is coming in towards the right thigh. The right hand can come to the shin, to the ankle, maybe all the way to the feet. Left hand stretching across and coming down. Breathing here, connecting to your breath. And inhale, coming back up, returning to center. All right. So we're going to do a couple of seated positions. So taking the left leg, and as if you're creating a 90-degree angle. So the left leg, you're stretched it out, and you allowed that leg to turn, or that foot to turn to the left, and bring it in. So you've got your leg at about a 90-degree angle. Your right leg, bring it in, placing it on top of the left fire log. So the left foot is near the right knee. The left knee is under the right foot. All right. Some folks it might be easy, others it might be difficult. Let's go ahead if you would like and you're able to, go ahead and fold forward into it. All right, inhale, coming up. Switching it up. So take that right leg out, take that left leg out. This time taking the right leg, bringing it in. So this leg is about 90 degrees. You're basically creating a square. Opposite leg, the left leg coming on top of the right. Again, the right foot underneath the left knee, the left foot underneath or above the right knee. What you do on one side, you do to the other. So let's go ahead and fold into it if we did that on the opposite side. Breathing here. It's so interesting how just such a easy passive form can actually do a lot of benefit. All right, great. So what we're going to do next will also be interesting. So go ahead and I'll let your legs return back. We're going to go ahead and bring that left leg underneath and the right leg over top. So that left leg is going to be right, so I should say the foot is going to be right near that right hip. They're not actually touching one another, but they're right next to each other. And then so that's the left leg. The right leg is going to go over top. So it's if your knees are kind of stacked on top of each other, maybe that'll help you. And the right leg comes across. So just checking in, is one hip taking on more weight than the other? You might feel a muscle, like I can say my right muscle, my right glute feels a little bit of a stretch. All right. So similarly, our left and right eagle seat, taking that left hand, bringing it across, taking that right hand and bringing it on top, and twisting it around, allowing the palms to come in to meet one another. So our arms are in eagle, our legs are in a modified version of eagle. And on an inhale, breathing in fresh, clean oxygen. Exhale, releasing, folding forward. Inhale, returning to center. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, returning to center. Exhale, returning forward. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, release. All right, we're also now going to allow ourselves folding forward, allow the hands to extend all the way out. Inhale, locking them back in, returning to center. Awesome. All right, let's undo that. Right foot comes back out to the right side, left foot comes out to the left side. All right, this time, right leg is going underneath. So the right leg is going to fold under right near that left side body. The left leg is going to come across towards the right side, checking in right about the both knees. Now, if your knees are feeling vulnerable, safety concern there, but if not, making sure that both hips are planted, you're feeling equal on both sides. And again, maybe you'll feel a little bit of a muscle stretch on your glute on the left side. Okay, so same thing. We're going to take, this time we'll do the right hand. Take the right hand, bringing it across a little bit outside of onto your left side. Taking your left hand, bringing it across your right, allowing them to interlace. Palms come to meet one another. Taking a great big inhale. Exhale, folding forward. What we do on one side, we do to the other. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, folding forward. That was the last one. Inhale, back to center. Great, releasing the arms. Awesome. Same thing, what we did on one side, we do to the other. So folding forward, allowing the hands to extend all the way out. Connecting to your breath here. All right, inhale, returning to center. All right, uncrossing the legs. So we are going to come onto our mat, but you can just go ahead, come into a standard tabletop position here. Taking a great big breath in and exhaling. Taking taking the right leg, allowing it to come up for lizard. You can back up that left leg using your toes to allow your back left leg. Back left leg is completely straight. The right leg is coming out onto your right side, so next to your right hand, opening up your hips here. And if you'd like to deepen this, of course, you can come onto your hands. It's okay if this leg goes off a little bit, if the foot lifts up a little bit, because it's all about opening up the hips. If anything feels wonky or painful, or there's a safety concern, go ahead and work yourself out of it. Breathing here, walking that right foot across the mat, allowing it to come down, sort of like our fire log seated position that we just did. All right, for pigeon. You can stay perched up or you can fold into it. Breathing, connecting to the breath, maybe even thinking about your mantra. And allowing the hands to come up if you're folded forward. Allowing that back leg, tucking those toes, lifting that back left leg. Right leg's coming back to meet it. Dropping that right leg down, taking the left leg, bringing it up to the left side for lizard on the opposite side. Again, if you want, you can inch that right leg, in this case, back a little bit. You can stay perched up. You can come onto your hands. But you do on one side, try to make sure that you do it onto the other. It's okay if that foot comes up a little bit as well. All right, left foot's gonna walk itself across the mat. It's gonna calm down, coming into pigeon. Gaze comes up, you can perch up, or you can fold into it. Remembering to connect to your breath. And inhale, coming up and out of that. Tucking the back toes, lifting the back leg. Left leg comes back to meet the right. Coming back down to table. And inhale, allowing yourself to come into cow. Gaze comes forward, back, droop, and back. Creates a U. Exhale, chin coming into chest arch. Coming up as if you're a camel. Forward cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. All right, inhale, coming into stillness. Let's drop down onto our backs. Bringing the legs into your chest. Interlacing if you would like, rocking side to side. All right, soles of the feet coming onto the earth. Taking your block if you have one nearby. If not, I'll show you a modification. But if you have a block nearby, go ahead and place this slightly below your shoulder blades. Didn't put it low enough. All right, so it's basically the center of your back. And your hands can be at your sides or they can place, or at your sides, they can place palms up or palms down. If you don't have a block, which I recommend that you get one for this pose, you can just have your shoulders by your sides or your elbows by your sides and then allow the head to drop back. You can also come down and allow as if the elbows are kind of coming in towards each other, the pulling the shoulders in to meet one another and dropping the head back. Gives you very similar. Fish pose. And releasing here. Coming back down safely and securely. Soles of the feet. I was going to say palms of the feet. I guess that kind of works too. Soles of the feet coming onto the earth, hands to your side. Energetically pushing the ground away with your soles of your feet. And the thighs coming in to meet one another for a bridge. Engaged, nice, strong, engaged core. Breathing here. Exhale, coming all the way down. Right leg coming on over top of the left. Noticing the vulnerable areas and avoiding them, the ankle and the knee. Bringing in that left leg, bring it into your chest. Hands can interlace around that left thigh. They can even interlace around the shin as well, whichever makes you feel most comfortable today. And exhale, allow that leg to return to the earth. Allow the right leg to return to its home. Left leg coming out across the right, avoiding the ankle and the knee, bringing that right leg into center and interlacing around the thigh or around the shin. Breathing here. Each inhale, bring in fresh, clean oxygen. Each exhale, letting go. Right foot coming back to the earth. Left foot coming back to the earth. Bringing the legs into chest. Interlacing, rocking side to side. And allowing the knees to go out to their respective sides, coming to the feet, opening up for happy baby. Breathing here. Exhale, returning to center. Allowing the legs to gently come to the left side of your body. You can extend the arms out or you can cactus them and you can look to the right side of your body. And inhale, bringing it back to center. Exhale, left side or right side. Gaze goes to the left side. Inhale, back to center. Hands coming to your sides. Right leg extends all the way out to the right side. Left leg extends all the way out to the left side. Palms can face up or down. Eyes can become closed or they can soften. The gaze can become softened. And our final posture together, Shavasana. Noticing how your breath has changed from the beginning of class and maybe thinking on your intention. And inhale, no rush at all, coming onto our left side. And inhale, no rush at all, coming all the way up to an easy seated position. Eyes can remain closed, gaze can remain softened. Inhale, bringing our hands to heart center. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of our own lives bring about that happiness and freedom for all. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you have a great week. See you soon.